Hi and welcome to Solving Trig Equations lesson number 4. In this lesson we will be looking at some more problem solving exam type questions. Remember you're using your knowledge of sin, cos and tan in the 4 quadrants, okay? And remember these trig equations, you're looking for 2 solutions, okay? Right, before we actually go on and try the example that I've got for today, let's just remind ourselves the sine and the cos graph, they do have a maximum and a minimum value, okay? Sine and cos have a maximum and minimum value. To get these maximum and minimum values, I'm going to do a wee quick sketch of the graph. Basic sine graph, remember? Oops. Right, basic sine graph looks a bit like this. Okay, remember if you're ever asked to make a wee sketch, you must have some numbers on your x and y axis. That's 360 at that end point, okay? This high point up here, the maximum value is the number 1. And this minimum value down here is the -1. And that graph that I have just put on there is y equals sine x, okay? If you're ever asked for the maximum value of a sine graph, the maximum value of a sine, whenever it says sine x, the maximum value is up here. The maximum value is 1. Okay, the minimum value of this sine graph, the minimum value, the lowest point, is at -1. Okay, it's exactly the same for the cos graph. Okay, the cos graph, as a wee reminder, looks something like that. Oops, what's that doing? Go away. This point here is your 360. Okay, the maximum value is 1 and your minimum value is -1. Okay, because in a couple of these questions, or particularly the one that I'm going to do with you just now, you are asked about maximum and minimum values, and this is where the 1 and the -1 actually comes from. Okay, maximum minimum values, 1 and -1 for your sine and cos. Right, so let's have a wee look at an example. There we go. Right, so it says a toy is hanging by a spring from the ceiling. Funny looking toy that is. Some bouncy toy, I don't know. Anyway, once the toy is set moving, the height is h. The height of the toy above the floor is given by this formula. Okay, there's your formula there. T is the number of seconds after it starts to move, and h is the height. Okay, so part A, what's the maximum value of h? So we've got this formula, h is equal to 1.9 plus 0.3, I'm just writing out the formula as it appears, cos 30t. It says, what's the maximum value of the height? So the maximum value, well, we've already talked about this in a wee last slide there. The maximum value that sine or cos can be is, what was it again? 1. So see that bit that I've underlined? Cos 30t. The maximum value that can ever be is the number 1. So the maximum value that this height can ever be is 1.9 plus 0.3. Think of what that 0.3 is doing to this cos 30t. It says 0.3 cos, it doesn't say 0.3 add cos, the 0.3 is stuck to the cos. So what the 0.3 is actually doing is multiplying by cos. The maximum value cos can ever be is the number 1. So the maximum value that 0.3 times cos can ever be is 0.3 times 1. So the maximum value the height can ever actually be is 1.9 plus 0.3, which is actually 2.2. 2.2 what? Centimetres, metres? Does it say? The height's in metres. 2.2 metres. Okay. Now, part B and C I'm going to do in the next slide, okay, because you'll notice I'm running out of space here. So I will do it in the next slide. But part B, let's have a wee read. It says, calculate the height above the floor after 8 seconds. Calculate the height above the floor after 8 seconds. I'm going to write the formula first of all on the next slide, okay? See if I can remember it. Right, I think I've got it. Right, So the formula was 1.9 plus 0.3 cos, in a wee bracket, 30t. And the actual question said, never done this before, let's just go back. I'm hoping that's not going to delete. Right, we're fine. Right, part B. Calculate the height of the toy above the floor after 8 seconds. Right, where in this formula is anything to do with seconds? Read the question. It tells you there's something in this formula. One of the letters stands for seconds. T seconds. So T represents the number of seconds. The number of seconds is 8 for this question. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So it says T seconds and T is 8. It's 8 seconds. So this letter T is getting subbed in. Instead of letter T, we're going to put the number 8 because 8 seconds is what this question is asking us about. So what we've actually got is 1.9 plus 0.3 cos 30, and we were replacing T by 8 because T is 8 seconds. What's that 30 doing with the letter T? It's multiplying by the letter T. So it's multiplied by 8. So really what we've got is 1.9 plus the 0.3 cos was 30 times 8. 3 8s, 24. 30 times 8, 240. Now this is a calculator paper. We're not expecting you to do this without a calculator, okay? 1.9 plus, in fact most calculators you will be able to key that in a 1, no bother. 0.3 cos 240 is actually, when you multiply all this out, again you try your calculator, chances are you'll be able to do this all in the one, okay? Just double check. If I do all in the one in the calculator, 1.9 plus 0.3 cos 240, it gives me the right answer. Just had to double check there. Okay, just in case you're wondering where that negative 0.15 has actually come from, I keyed that bit in on its own. Okay, but then I double checked. Most calculators you'll be able to key in the full line on its own. Just double check and it'll give you 1.75. Okay, h was the height, remember? H is the height is in metres, so this is 1.75 metres. Okay, now we're going to go back and have a look at part C. Part C. When is the height, h is the height, when is the height of the toy first 2.05 metres? So they're telling us the height, they're not telling us the time, which is the letter T. They're not telling us the time in seconds. They actually want to know what the time is, so we have to work out T. In this question it says the height is 2.05. The height, h, is 2.05. So let's write down our formula again, part C. So this formula, see if I can remember it, 1.9 plus 0.3, it's a plus, cos 30t. That's our formula. And the question says, find out when, try to remember it, find out when the height is first 2.05 metres. So it's not telling us t is 2.05, it's telling us the height is 2.05. So this formula is actually equal to 2.05. I'm sure it was 2.05. Might just double check in a minute. Okay, you can put equals 2.05 on the left of the equation, or you can put it at this side, it makes no difference, okay, just in case you want to put the 2.05 here. The letter H is what represents the height, and we're told the height is 2.05. That's why I've put this equation equal to 2.5, because this equation works out the height, and the height is 2.05. Let me just go back and double check it actually was 2.05. I'm sure it is, yes. So when is the height 2.05 metres above the floor? So let's have a wee go. This here is a trig equation, right? Lessons 1 and 2, we've been solving trig equations. We want to get the cos on its own. Okay, so just in case you're wondering, I've just put the h value, the 2.05, over on the right hand side, because that just makes it look like a normal equation the way that we solve them. So we've got a 1.9, we've got a 0.3, we've got a 30t. We don't want all those numbers there. You can't remove them all at the one time. Remember, one bit moves over at a time. I'm going to get rid of this 1.9 across to the right hand side. So what I'm going to be left with is 0.3 cos 30t is equal to, what's going to happen to that 1.9 when I move it across? First of all, put the 2.05. This 1.9 is getting added on to the left hand side. Okay, it's an addition, so when I move it across, we're going to do a subtraction. I don't know if I'll fit it in. Oh yeah, we've just about fit it in there. Okay, 2.05 minus the 1.9, yes, I'm using my calculator, 0.15. Okay, so that's what 0.3 cos 30t is equal to. Okay, now what goes next? 0.3. That's what goes across to the right hand side. So we're going to be left with cos 30t is equal to, the 0.15 is there first of all. What's the 0.3 doing? It's stuck to the cos. It doesn't say add cos. It's not getting added on. It's a multiplication. 0.3 times cos. When I move it across, it becomes a division. Okay? And remember what we do now. You'll notice the tiny wee difference in this question is, on the next line, we're not going to write x equals. I think most questions we've done until now say cos x equals, and then we write x equals. I don't know what that wee dot is. Okay. Let's see if I can rub it. Oh, aye, there we go. Right, I think we're fine. Aye, we're fine. We should be fine. To do this bit here, we're going to do inverse cos. Okay, inverse cos, that's a wee inverse cos, shift cos to the -1. And remember, if it was a negative, you ignore the negative. Inverse cos, I would put in brackets, inverse cos, open bracket, 0.15 divided by 0.3, close the bracket. And on my calculator, I get it's equal to 60. Okay, now we're not writing x equals 60. It's 30t is equal to 60. Okay, 30t is equal to 30, not x equals 30, it's 30t that's equal to 30. Right, we're not quite finished, so I'm actually just going to turn on to the next one. Okay, what we have here is 30t is equal to 60. The question said, find the time, find out when the bouncer or whatever it was that height. So t, find out the time, find t. This is not finished, we can't leave it like this. How do you find t? Well, how do you get rid of that wee number 30 there? What do you do? 60 divided by 30. So what's t? 6 divided by 3, 60 divided by 30, well, it's going to be 2. So the time is 2 seconds. Okay? Now, that is that question finished. However, okay, the question did, I'm going to just go back and show you it. The question says, find the, part C, when is the height of the toy first 2.05 above the floor? Okay, that's it, it's at 2 seconds. This is a bouncing toy, right? A bouncing toy goes up, down. So it first is that height 2 meters above the floor at 2 seconds, but because of the gravity in this string, whatever it's held up by, it's going to bounce up and down. It's going to be 2.05 meters above the floor at another point in time as well, okay? Remember when we were solving trig equations, you do get 2 solutions. I'm going to show you where the 2 solutions come from. However, in this example, that is the question done, just in case you're wondering, but I just want to show you how you get your other solution. Right, look at this. This is the way we normally do our trig equations, okay? So we always look here and we look for our 2 solutions, our 2 quadrants. Cos is equal to positive, right? So which 2 solutions or which 2 areas is cos positive? Cos is equal to, that's obviously a positive, okay? Cos is positive in the first and the fourth. Where do we get our first quadrant answer from? The calculator. We've already got it. Okay, so our first solution, we got 30t is equal to 60. We got the 60 on the calculator. I'm going to show you how you would get your second solution. Okay, to get your second solution, it was a fourth quadrant. What do you do in the fourth quadrant? Remember, 360 minus the calculator answer. Okay, so what you've actually got is that 360 take away 60 is 300. What's t then? Well, 300 divided by 30. The time is 10 seconds. Okay, they weren't looking for it in this case. They did only say when is it first the height of 2.05, so that's why I just took the first solution. Okay, if they did ask for give the two different times when it's the 2.05, you would need to do your fourth quadrant as well. Okay, quite a tricky one. Right, I'm going to cite you a couple of questions similar to this type. Okay, good luck with it. I would probably say this is quite challenging. It's as difficult as your trig equations usually get. Best of luck. Let me know if you need any help. Bye.